The Pomodoro technique is a brilliant time management tool. A lot of people swear about it and they can't live without it. They say it's an amazing tool, it works. But then you have other people also said it doesn't work at all. Sometimes they may even call it a distraction, right? So how come you have such polarized result, right? It's because of these two things that I'm about to share with you on how to make this brilliant tool works for you. Hey, it's Joe Lau here. I've been an entrepreneur for almost 2 decades, and then in the mid-2000s, some really brilliant people told me that, okay, Joe, you want to get more things done, you should try the Pomodoro technique. And those are the reasons that they explained to me. I didn't figure it out, right? So they figured it out. So they told me, so I gave it a try. At that time, I was working 80 some hours a week, right? So I was like, okay, I can definitely use some technique. So I went in and tried it. And every time when I try something, I always give it a try for at least 90 days, right? It's just how I do things. So after 90 days later, I found that some section, it worked for me, but some section, it didn't work, right? I could not pinpoint on what makes it work and what makes it doesn't work. Even on a personal level, I have no clue. Until I start to take a journal on when does it work for me and when it doesn't work for me. And after I figured it out, I was able to decrease my work hour from 80 some hours a week to 25 hours a week, and I've been working like that for almost a decade. I want to talk about why Pomodoro technique works in the first place. First of all, Pomodoro technique is extremely simple technique, right? Simple is good. You don't need a training manual for it. I can explain to you just in the next 10 seconds. Ready? Go. So the way it works is you basically set your timer for 30 minutes at a time. And 25 minutes is the time that you actually focus on the test to start working. And then the next 5 minutes is you take a break. And then you go on for no more than 3 hours. So you have 6 chances to get the things done, right? So there you go. I don't know how many seconds has been gone. In a nutshell, that's how it works, right? You work 25 minutes and then you stop, take a break for 5 minutes, then you work another 25 minutes and you stop for another 5 minutes and so forth for no more than 6 times, right? And that's the official Pomodoro technique. What makes it work is because of this. The fact that when you start working, you have to set the timer for 25 minutes. That action itself is a trigger for your brain that you're about to start a test. That helps you to get going. And also because you start the timer and also it will round down to 0 after 25 minutes, it shows that you have a deadline that you have to follow. The fact that you give yourself 25 minutes to work on a specific task is because the science behind Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law basically said the time it takes for something to get done is the time you allow it. So in this case, you only allow yourself 25 minutes at a time. So that's why this technique works. It's because you limit yourself how much time you allow yourself to get it done. Another reason that why the Pomodoro technique works is also when you take a break, what that does for you is help you refresh, right? Because sometimes that first 25 minutes when you're working on it, you may get stuck on something. So the 5 minutes break is allow you to, in case you get stuck, you won't get stuck forever and get discouraged. There's a lot of studies show that the best thing to do when you get stuck is to step away from it. So even though it might feel like you take yourself from the flow stage, you can actually were able to a lot more concentrated because of you focus on just 25 minutes at a time. Another benefit is when you set a timer for 25 minutes at a time, also get you going. It sends a message to your brain that, okay, even though you may have to start working on something that's really hard, but anyone can do something for just 25 minutes, right? So it gets you going. It kind of builds in the mindset of instead of being perfect, you make progress. So here we go. Now Pomodoro is a time management technique. In order for this time management technique to work, you first have to eliminate all distractions. So let's say you are using this technique, right, Pomodoro. You set the clock and you start working in 25 minutes interval, right? Let's say you're in the flow stage. You get into it, 10 minutes later, your phone rings. What do you think is gonna happen? You look at the phone. There's science show that the moment that you get distracted, look at the phone, and even though you can like not answer it or go back right away and focus on the thing, that already, it will take you 20 minutes for your mind just to go back to your original focus, right? And that's what I mean by distraction. In order for the Pomodoro technique to work, you have to first eliminate all distraction while you work. Well, how do you eliminate all the distraction? The technique are simple. It's only about 3 things I can think of. First, use some kind of app to turn off some kind of notification, right? So when people call you and ping you or text you, right, you won't get notified. I just call it a turn off button. You turn off the phone, it won't ring anymore, right? Whether it's email or computer, right? Technique number 2, out of sight, out of mind. You're about to go in the very important meeting or whatever that is, work session, you leave your phone in a separate room that you don't even have access to it, therefore it just won't distract you in the first place. So that's technique number 2. Technique number 3. Okay, this time the distraction is not from a device, it's from a person. You know what you do? You lock your door, right? You lock your door, you put up a sign say, do not disturb me, I'll be available 3 hours later, whatever that is, right? Those 3 simple techniques, you probably have heard of it before. But the question is, are you using those techniques to help you avoid distraction? Chances are, you might not. And the reason you might not be using that technique is because belief. Do you even believe the things that you're about to work is important to you? If you do believe that is important for you, you probably would not let anything to distract you in the first place. If you don't believe the things that you're about to work on is important, you probably subconsciously don't mind the distraction because the distraction could be a reason for you to not have to work on it, right? Let's say you're about to go on a very, very important sales meeting. You know that client, if they sign a contract, it will be like worth like a whole year of revenue, right? If you have those meetings waiting for you, would you let anything else distract you? The answer is no. You do whatever it takes to not get distracted, right? So that's my point. If that's the case, is why would you be able to get distracted in the first place? It's because subconsciously you might not believe the things that you work on is truly important. And that's why you wouldn't take all those extra steps on how to not get distracted in the first place. If you don't take all those steps first to not get distracted, then does it matter this Pomodoro technique work? Because you can't even stay focused. And that's when I discovered that when I work on the thing that I truly believe, I'll by default and do whatever it takes to eliminate distraction. When I do that, then I apply the Pomodoro technique, and that's when I get a lot of things done. And that's why the Pomodoro technique, it works, but only you first have to eliminate all distraction. But in order for you to eliminate all distraction, you have to first believe on the things that you work on is truly important to you. So that's the first thing, belief. The second thing is energy. The why is energy has anything to do with this Pomodoro technique. And here's why. Going back to our example, Pomodoro is a technique to help you get more done in short amount of time. In order for you to get more done in a short amount of time, what do you have to do? You have to stay focused. Now let me ask you this question. When was the last time you were able to stay focused when you only have 1 hour sleep? When was the last time you were able to stay focused when you have not been eating for 12 hours? When was the last time you were able to stay focused when you're sick? When was the last time you were able to stay focused after you have a huge fight with your staff or with your loved one? And that's what I mean by energy. All the things I mentioned will drain your energy one way or the other. Whether it's your mental energy, your emotional energy, or your physical energy, right? Any one of those things is gonna drain your energy. When your energy level is low, there's no way you're able to stay focused no matter how brilliant that technique is, right? Even though 25 minutes might not be a long time, when you stay up all night and you only have 1 hour sleep, doesn't matter what technique you use, you won't be able to stay focused. And that's why your energy level is gonna directly affect the effectiveness of the Pomodoro technique. So pay attention to your energy level. It's because when you're distracted, you won't be able to use this brilliant technique effectively. So there you have it. Pomodoro technique is a brilliant time management tool. If you want to use it effectively, first, make sure that you believe on the things that you're working on is truly important. So you will do whatever it takes to eliminate all distraction while you work so you can use this brilliant technique effectively. And the second thing is make sure that you also pay attention to your energy level so that way your energy will not be low and let it distract you from using this awesome technique. If you like this video, I'd like to invite you to join my free webinar where I'm going to share with you 3 secrets on how to work less and make more. So click the link below, register for the webinar, and I'll see you there. So those are the reasons. It gets you going.